Hello everyone and welcome to my build guide of my $770 gaming PC, Project Deadpool. So what is Project Deadpool? Basically it's a mid-range gaming PC that allows you to play games on medium to high settings and sometimes even ultra depending on the game's requirements. So anyway, let's get into it. So for the CPU, I will be choosing the AMD FX 6300 3.5GHz 6-core processor. So the reason I'm choosing this one over the AMD FX 4300 is because of the 2 extra cores and the ability to overclock properly. Now I don't know if you can overclock the AMD FX 4300, but I know that straight out of the box this CPU says that it can be overclocked and it is unlocked. All AMD FX CPUs are unlocked as it says on the box. If it doesn't say it on the box, then don't try and overclock it. And definitely do not try and overclock with the stock cooler because you might not get the best results, and I wouldn't try it because it might not have good enough cooling for like an overclocking build. So I would suggest getting a aftermarket cooler because they are a lot more guaranteed to give you better performance with your overclocks. So I would recommend maybe a Noctua or a Cooler Master, but I don't know any other brands that would be good. Especially try like water cooling if you want a really good overclock, but besides that, I wouldn't recommend using the stock cooler for an overclock. So comparing the two CPUs that I usually use, so the AMD FX 6300 versus the 4300, the AMD FX 6300 has 2 extra cores, a bigger cache, and the ability to overclock up to 4.1 GHz. So anyway, with that said, let's move on to the motherboard, which is the MSI 970 gaming motherboard. Now, I didn't choose this because of features or stuff. I actually originally didn't choose it because it had a UEFI BIOS or a built-in sound card or whatever it's called, like sound chip, or that it can support up to 2133 MHz DDR3 RAM. I originally chose it because of the color scheme, because it matched the case that I was choosing for my red and black Deadpool design project, which is what you guys are watching right now. So one thing that really annoyed me about this board was the PCIe slot being 2.0 and not 3.0, but I quickly got around it when I actually put it together and started using it because it didn't run as badly as I would have expected, which is really good and something that you really need when it comes to gaming if you want the best performance. But you can still get good performance with a PCIe 2.0 slot and a really good graphics card. Now for the RAM. Now you can choose pretty much any RAM, but I went with the Kingston HyperX Fury 8GB kit, which is 2 by 4GB in red. I chose it in red to match the motherboard and the case, and I got the 1866 MHz kit for $99, which was pretty good. You would probably find it cheaper buying the 1600 MHz blue HyperX Fury kit, which would be a 4GB kit, but you just buy 2 of them and you would probably save $20 maybe. But I wasn't really looking on saving, I was looking on performance, and this RAM is really good and I would recommend this if you are making a budget build or any type of build. HyperX makes really good RAM in my opinion, and especially when they come in different colors with really cool fan spreaders or whatever they're called. Oh, heat spreaders, whoops. I'm kind of a little bit tired at the moment. Anyway, let's move on to the graphics card, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's an MSI GeForce GTX 750 Ti gaming. And gaming in the word, it's obviously got to be good. I mean, you could say the same for the motherboard. This graphics card has a base clock of 1085 MHz and has a boost clock of 1163 MHz in OC mode. All cooled by the awesome MSI Twin Frozer 4 cooler. Now, for the case, I have chosen NZXT Phantom 410 mid-tower case. This case comes in multiple colors, white, black, and red from all I know, and also comes in gunmetal black as well, so there's heaps of variety. And you can also get a limited edition case which is black and orange, and that's as much as I know about it. So it also goes out of the trouble of connecting all of the fans by Molex, so if you have a Molex connector plugged into your power supply, you will be able to use a Molex to power all the fans, which are all connected to a fan controller, which means you can modify the speeds of all the fans, which is really handy, especially if you want to make the fans go faster. So there's also a video on the website which will explain the stuff. It has removable SSD trays, which is really good because if you're going to have side-mounted SATA ports on your motherboard, you might need the extra space, so maybe taking out this tray or this tray holder thing will probably give you more space to, well, put your hard drives and stuff, but also reduces the amount of hard drives you can have in this motherboard, in this case. Oh my god, I'm so tired right now. Anyway, last part on the list before I can go to bed, and it is the EVGA 430 watt power supply. It's an 80 plus power supply. It is not modular at all, which is really annoying because I don't like having multiple cords that I don't need just like dangling there. Unless I have clip ties, which fortunately the NZXT Phantom 410 does come with clip ties and stuff, or zip ties, whatever they're called, to help you keep your case nice and tidy. Now, a lot of people have told me like EVGA power supplies aren't very trustworthy, but so far I've been using my computer for about a week, and so far it's been pretty good. It hasn't died on me or anything, it hasn't done anything bad. It's actually been a pretty reliable power supply, and I would definitely use this for a budget build because it is really reliable. Although I did have problems getting the mounting screws in, so just be wary of that. Now, that brings us to the end of our PC build guide. So yeah, I'm hoping this was a very clear video. If it wasn't, then I'm sorry, and I would like to make it up to you somehow, maybe by making more videos more often when I get a chance. Hopefully making a top 10 series, which I have currently exported to my computer, so I can now edit that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it and found it enjoyable, please leave a like. If you have any comments, please just put them in the comment section below, and I will answer them when I get a chance. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. There will be more content like this coming soon. I will see you guys next time.